injured here. 1v1 Calderis Refinery, blue team, or blue side, even. This is Tex as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through cover, cannot be suppressed, fights melee, good damage and disruption. And red side, Toilailee is a Hive Tyrant, even more durable to start off, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, also emits a basic synapse, good offense and support. Both of these players, by the way, going random, which is why you're seeing them play commanders they aren't usually associated with. And both of them got this red and yellowish white colour scheme as well. Calderis Refinery was solid 1v1 map, north natural for Toilailee, south natural for Tex and the central VP. CSM into Heretics, solid opening against Tyranids, might want to back that up with Havocs or maybe even double Havocs versus a Hive Tyrant, and double Termagants for Toilailee. Might see Warriors. Hive Tyrant taking shots here, trying to cap this wreck point. Toughest commander in the game to start off at 1080 hit points. Chaos Lord not far behind though with 1000. Also starts of course with a self heal, kill the weak, AoE damage, disruption and a heal if you can hit with it. Chaos Space Marine is getting a bit too close here, trying to force melee on these Termagants, but they're going to lose a model soon. Heavy range unit at decent in melee, that's why they are forcing melee on these Termagants. Take out a few models, but a Hive Tyrant there mauling one of the Chaos Space Marines and down he goes. Here come the Heretics, start off as a melee unit, good melee counter, also dangerous if you can get them in amongst range squads of course, with their Doom Blast, very fragile though without their aspiring champion. Catching those Termagants, that was nasty, and Toilailee in full retreat here. Perhaps we will see the Combi Flamer from the Chaos Lord. Always a popular choice versus light infantry heavy armies such as Tyranids. Slight VP lead for Tex. Heretics here decapping. We'll most likely see one with aspiring champion and one with grenade launchers, though we might see double grenade launch Heretics. Here come Warrior Brood for Toilailee. Chaos Space Marines reinforced coming back out of base. Power here noded for Tex. And we already have 2 generators up for Toilailee. Interested to see what he goes for in terms of war gear. The Hive Tyrant's Venom Cannon not seen very often, but it did get a pretty nice damage buff in Elites over Retail, though it does tend to miss very often against infantry, which can be incredibly frustrating. Would love to see it get a melter damage type, have its range reduced or its firing rate reduced or something to compensate. 500, 441. Here are the Warrior Brood. Heavy infantry start off as a melee unit that leap into combat, emit a basic synapse. Also, as does the Hive Tyrant of course. Where are the Hormigons? Are they in there? Nope, they're capping. 3 members short. Toilailee not wanting to reinforce these guys just yet. They're running into trouble though. More Chaos Space Marines attacks. Bit more mobile than going for Havocs. And we do see the Combi Flamer up on the Chaos Lord. You can tell by that flame icon above his indicator. Great range weapon for him. Allows him to chase units that are kiting and take out models while he does so. Immolate can also be quite nasty if you hit it. And his warriors in huge amounts of trouble. Losing a model there, and they're still staying in this fight. Double CSM, both forcing melee, and now they run into Heretics. And that was nasty, almost losing the squad. In fact, they still might. There goes another one. That Combi Flamer doing serious damage even to retreating units. And the Warriors just getting away with 1 model, 32 hit points. Toilailee not paying attention to them there. Tex did lose some Heretics though. So that's a pretty good swap I think. 2 Warrior models for a Heretic squad. These Chaos Space Marines quite close to losing a model I think. Tex had just retreat them, no, keeps them in the fight and nicely charged. Did manage to force off the Hive Tyrant there, and a 2-to-1 cap for Tex. And a good tier 1 so far. Tex now trying to pressure this power. Heretics are on this generator, no sign of an upgrade. Oh, we do have an aspiring champion, sorry. Here are the warrior brood again. Chaos Lord really hurting them though with that demon sword of his. And they are forced off. No, they're just backing off with 2 models. Chaos Space Marines were forced off though. These heretics take down that generator and still almost taking this other one to halfway. Retreat with 6 models. The Aspiring Champion makes them so much more durable, and he's very decent in melee himself. Chaos Lord in amongst Termagants, trying to split up and kite him with crippling poison. Both of them have it, you can tell by the plus icon above their indicator, indicating a general upgrade, in this case Toxin Sacs. And look at that damage buff Toxin Sacs gives the Termagants, 45%. Really is a huge deal for them in tier 1 and tier 2 for Toilailee first, despite having to reinforce at least 3 warrior brood models. Did not get any war gear though for his Hive Tyrant. Tex with that combi flamer level 2, Hive Tyrant still level 1. There's the difference, that combi flamer allowing him to get a bunch more kills. Double CSM still looking very solid going into tier 2. 489, 340. What we're going to see, I think a Tyrant Guard or 2 would be great versus double CSM. As long as they can close the distance quickly enough with perhaps double Mark of Zinch, you might see. Hormagaunts here forced off with 3 models now. And Toilailee now pressuring power, takes down a generator too. Not going in with his Hive Tyrant until he knows what he's dealing with. And here is the Chaos Lord. Double CSM coming in quickly from Mark of Khorne Worship, and this is going to be a very important engagement, I think, heading into tier 2 at Texas Power as well. Big kill the week off, and Warrior Brood again, you feel in a lot of trouble in this engagement. There's some crippling poison, CSM trying to force melee on the Termagants instead of going after the warriors, where he's leaping in there and knocking them all over the face. And this is excellently done by Toilailee. Tex really should have tried to focus down the warriors, I think, but didn't, and loses 2 CSM models. Finally forces the warriors off. They lost a model as well. You saw the synaptic shot knocking down all of those Termagants. And he's keeping the CSM in play. Hive Tyrant going after them. Zone Throat on the way now. Tex doesn't quite have the resources to get anything, could get a Blood Crusher very soon. 433, 340. Here come fully reinforced Aspiring Champion Heretics now. Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant in amongst them though. And I don't think the Heretics are going to win this fight, especially if the Hive Tyrant gets some special attacks, but now they have support. Eternal War, Chaos Space Marines, and the Hive Tyrant needs to retreat. Could get away though. Look at the damage those Heretics did as he does retreat. 30% more damage from melee attacks. 414, 340, 2-to-1 cap for Toilailee. Back and forth so far. Hormagaunts on decapping duty, very annoying. 3 models. Decap this fully matured Rip Point. Tex will now have to waste time recapping it, waste resources as well, or lose resources rather. And a Chaos Dreadnought on the way. That might be risky with a Zone Throat to snare it and these devastating Crushing Claws to tear it up. 108 DPS heavy melee. Most powerful melee weapon in the game. 397, 340 now, it's a 1-to-1 cap. Will be a 2-to-1 for Tex, I think. No, Chaos Lord can't quite finish it. We have Adrenal Gland Warriors now, boosting their health, making them a bit better in melee as well with heavy melee damage, and of course the devastating melee synapse that they give off. None of these guys will benefit from it though. Hormagaunts will, but they're down to 2 models. And here's the Chaos Dreadnought getting Mark of Zinch. Very strange to get that in tier 2 against Tyranids, I think. Tyranids can't get any vehicle armor in tier 2 apart from the Tyrant Guard when he goes to the shield wall. Perhaps he wants it for the AoE suppression and disruption. Double termagants now pressuring power again, and there is the focus warp blast from the zone throw on the Chaos Dreadnought, and it looks like Marco Zinch was cancelled and it's back to the default autocannon, which is a great weapon. Zone throw needs to be careful. Look how quickly its shield went down. Artillery unit doesn't need to set up and doesn't do friendly fire with its attacks. A nice distraction note, because Toilailee has taken down 2 generators. Ouch, autocannon exploded. About 4 or 5 termagants there. Also has that waist mounted storm bolter on the front, this dreadnought. 365, 340. 2-to-1 cap for Toilailee, very close. And we have a Venom Brood on the way for Toilailee. Help him take out this dreadnought. Also might give it some nice range synapse for his double termagants. Hive Tyrant taking tons of damage. We have Marco Zinch CSM here, giving them these Inferno bolts, but there is the bonded exoskeleton. Invulnerability lasts 11 seconds, I believe. Doesn't stay up though when you retreat, but it does get away. Nicely judged by Toilailee. Got a couple of hits in on the dreadnought, and the heretics are back at base, so they cannot repair. 357, 340. Zone throat coming back out. Needs to regenerate energy for that shield of his. Venom Brood also, and we do see some range synapse on the field. Termagants spelled incorrectly on this tooltip. Chaos Lord caps mid and backs off. Here comes the Hive Tyrant, no accessory, level 2. Chaos Lord now level 3 and has Mantle of 8. I thought we were going to see Armory Inferno for sure. Havoc's now on the way for Tex, good choice. Need to be careful of that zone throat though. Chaos Dreadnought is getting repaired. Heretics back up to 9 models, and we have some Mark of Khorne CSM. Tex going for Marco Zinch and Mark of Khorne, guys. Here comes the Hive Tyrant and his Tyranids, and we're going to get quite a big engagement here. Trying to focus down the Hive Tyrant quickly, and they're doing a good job. Now goes up in vulnerability. Here come Warrior Brood. Zone Throat got its focus warp blast in, and Warrior's getting owned there by those Inferno bolts. And Mark of Khorne CSM, Mark of Khorne CSM, very good versus other melee units, and they have power weapons as well, so that heavy armor is getting ripped to shreds and almost wipes those warriors. Toilailee microing well, getting equipment poison in, keeping his forces split up as much as he can. Havocs turn and take out the Hive Tyrant, which was going after the Dreadnought. Venom Brood now in huge amounts of trouble, trying to take the Dreadnought out, but they're losing models left and right, and they're going to lose this squad. Or not. Warriors dropped, reinforcing all of these Tyranids. Excellently done by Toilailee. Really excellently done. Might be able to take down this Dreadnought now, and I think will. One more shot. Can they hit it on the move? 3 hit points. No, there's Mantle of Hate, and he does take it down. Drain life, trying to disable the Venom Brood, but can only disable 1 model. And quick thinking from Toilailee with that Warrior Brood drop, reinforcing all of his Termagants, all of his Venom Brood, and wins the engagement handily. Tex now in trouble, doesn't have any Heretics, doesn't have a Dreadnought, doesn't have his commander now. 357, 253, wow, that global completely turning that engagement on its head. Both commanders down. Fully upgraded Chaos Space Marines, Eternal War, and Marco Zinch. Tex going for some more Havocs. Termagants, what level are these guys? Level 2. Quite a lot of damage to these CSM, but getting outshot by those Inferno bolts. Here come fully upgraded Mark of Khorne, guys. Their aspiring champion gets a nifty melter pistol when they're upgraded like this. 357, 233. Power Tyrant back on his feet, repurchased by Toilailee. And we have some Barb Strangler warriors, Venom Brood, and Adrenal Gland warriors. Hormigaunt still on capping duty with 3 models. It's a 2-to-1 cap for Tex, and he does have double Havocs. Setup team that have a heavy bolter by default, very good at suppressing even amongst other setup teams, and they're going after these Hormagaunts now. Can they finish the cap before they lose the model? They can. 357 207. Here comes Toilailee. Looks like he's going after power or just trying to flank. He knows there's at least one Havoc mid, and he's coming in here. Havoc will catch them, and there is the suppression. Hive Tyrant might just try and walk in with invulnerability if he needs it. Doesn't beat suppressed, but does take a lot of damage as he gets close, as everyone else does. And he's in amongst them, and a big zone throat shot as well. Here come Mark of Khorne CSM going straight after the zone throat, which got drained life and is almost taken down. Inferno bolts can't quite do it on retreat. Yes, they can. Warrior Brood trying to disrupt them. 357 183. And again, Toilailee able to hold his own and will take mid. The amount of red that Tex has, though, if he could get tier 3, he could put a very nasty nuke down. Termagant's just about getting away here. Chaos Lord has Icon of Khorne, and he's getting a devastating lightning claws. Very, very nasty power weapon. 350 183. There's drain life on the Hive Tyrant now. Now in melee combat, which is not what he wants. This is a crushing claw Hive Tyrant with Termagant support. Here are lightning claws now. Stayed in this fight way too long, and he might pay for it with a commander loss, and does. 323 183 is a triple cap for Toilailee. Hormagaunts in amongst Havocs. Havocs take out a model, but the Hormagaunts get away again. Mark of Khorne CSM are level 3. Wow, Mark of Tzinch are also level 3. These guys are dangerous, and Tex still has this CSM backbone. 288 183. Now a double for Toilailee. Going to be a 2-to-1 though, I think, for Tex. Hive Tyrant does get away safely. Over 1400 hit points, almost 1500 at just level 3. Level 5 Chaos Lord with almost 1400. And here we see Malignant Blindness causing Toilailee to force melee, but it does work forcing off the Havocs. That's a global ability of the Chaos Lord. Rather underutilized one as well. Strangler got a big shot on those Mark of Khorne CSM, but the Tyranids do get away. Can Tex take mid? Mark of Tzinch CSM will try it. You can see they get these new helms with their marks. Khorne Berserker inspired helms for the Mark of Khorne guys, and Thousand Sun inspired helms for the Mark of Tzinch guys. 272 183. Chaos Lord re-equipping his Combi Flamer. And some more Havocs for Tex. Maybe he's expecting some monstrous creatures from Toilailee now and wants to get some las cannons and or auto cannons out. Here comes the Tyranids again. Just 2 Hormagaunts left in that brood. And a Tyranid formation. That's the Tyranid nuke dropped on those Havocs, almost wiping this squad. Tex retreating the wrong guys. Ouch. Also getting hit in retreat, almost wiped 2 of them. Warriors running away from Mark of Khorne CSM as you would. They are crippled and forced off though. Venom Brood gonna get exploded. Very nearly did. Lots and lots of narrow retreats by Toilailee, but that was not one of them. 272 156. Carnifex on the way for Toilailee. Tex losing a bunch of models there. In amongst Termagants. There's a nice kill the week. Termagants have done so well for Toilailee. Level 2 and level 3. Level 4 Mark of Tzinch Chaos Space Marines now. Ouch. Big hit from that Barb Strangler and lose a model to those Crushing Claws. And here is the Carnifex, and it's a Thornback Tex has now seen it. Makes it even more scary in melee. This Thornback upgrade. 272156. Chaos Lord going after these warriors. Here's some Mark of Khorne CSM as well. And very luckily they retreat the right way and avoid the Chaos Lord. Almost wiped still though. Can the Chaos Lord cap mid while these Mark of Khorne CSM kite this Carnifex around? No. We do have a Mark of Zinch Las Cannon Havoc. Chaos Lord though cannot get a melee heavy weapon, so he's never very effective versus vehicles by himself. Havoc's going to get tied up by these Rippers. Nicely done, spawned out of the Carnifex there. 272156. Tex with these triple Havocs trying to make them work. Up against the Carnifex and the Hive Tyrant. Oh, that's going to be tough. Might need 3 last cannons to get to take that thing down. And Plague Marines on the way now. Rippers going all the way into base and retreating. Chaos Sword running away. Tyranids taking mid, and this Tyrant formation is still here, granting a synapse and a brood nest being put up. Will allow all of these Tyranids to reinforce. Also gives us slight health regeneration aura. Plague Marine is going to hit the field now. Slow and tough infantry, decent versus all targets really, with their increased Plague Bolter damage in elite. Also have a missile launcher. A big change that hurts them quite a bit though is that their explosion heal when they die doesn't heal their own models, only heals allies now, so they're not nearly as durable as they were. 243156. That's Cannon Havoc gonna get tied up by that Carnifex. Mark of Khorne CSM in amongst warriors, ripping stuff to pieces. Now level 4 as well, suppressed though by the Barb Strangler and double terminates there, forcing them off. Carnifex might hit them in retreat. Nope. Plague Marines coming in. Might want another squad of these guys. He's getting another Havoc squad. 226156 says drain life on the Hive Tyrant. This guy's now level 4. And there's lightning claws going into him now. They attack nice and quickly, so good synergy with Icon of Khorne, which returns health on every hit. I don't think he can tank a Hive Tyrant and a Carnifex though. And this guy is gonna go down. Down he goes. Sync kill by the Hive Tyrant. Yep, I think he's dead. Barb Strangler suppressing these CSM again. It's been so great for Toilailee since this thing came down. Really annoyed the CSM. Perhaps some Raptors would have been quite good for Tex. Easy to say though at this stage. Don't think the triple Havocs really worked out for him. Rippers coming into base, and it's a triple cap for Toilailee, and look at the map as well. Brood Nest is still mid. Rippers being a real nuisance. The reason it takes so long to kill is because they are so small. We have reduced accuracy against them. You have a Lictor up for Toilailee, infiltrating Sub-Commander. Can Flesh Hook jump around, disrupt stuff, and he is jumping on his Plague Marines here just to hold them up from capping, but now retreats. Took some big hits from those Mark of Khorne CSM as he does so. 117156, still a triple cap. It's going to be a 2-1, but will Tex be able to push? This is the last hurrah, I think. Zoanthrope on the way for Toilailee, his second. Hive Tyrant is coming back to mid. There is Malignant Blindness, allowing Tex to push mid, reducing a range of all these guys to almost nil. Very annoying to deal with. Lasts a decent amount of time as well, about 20 seconds I think. Brood Nest goes down. 82156. Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant coming in amongst the Mark of Khorne CSM. We're trying to decap, and they do so. They should now turn and fight, I think. Here come Adrenal Gland Warriors. What level are these guys? Level 2. Not that far from level 3. Rippers spawned again. 77156. Those guys might have been dropped actually. And here's some blood sacrifice, bloodletters. Trying to take out those rippers. Champion of Khorne CSM in amongst these warriors. Warriors now level 3, but can they get out of there? Flesh Hook takes away one of those models. And Champion of Khorne CSM just about escaping with their lives. Just about 13 hit points. And Tex mostly forced off again. And that was without the Khorne effects. 65-156. Toilailee now looking very strong. I don't think there's a way back for Tex. Hard fought though. Here's the Chaos Lord. He's not pleased. Level 6 now. Alpha's going to try and decap. You can decap while you are infiltrated, but if something gets this close, it's going to see you in a way. Chaos Lord going after him. He does get away. And now Toilailee can now just camp mid and seat out the VP counter most likely. Will we see an epic last push from Tex? I don't think he's got the forces to deal with this army, with this Carnifex. The Carnifex is the big roadblock for him. Even if he has Plague Marines and Las Cannons, that thing can still charge in with all the rest of the stuff shooting. Mark of Zinch, we also have an auto cannon Mark of Khorne Havoc. Trying to take down that brood nest, and they do take it down. 26-156, last push from Tex. Las Cannon getting hits on the Carnifex. Spits out Rippers again. Plague Marines taken down, that's a big blow. Warrior Brood in amongst Champion of Khorne CSM, they've met a few times, haven't they? And finally the Warriors go down. 14-156, desperate last push from Tex. Rippers taken out. Carnifex still with a decent amount of health though. Chaos Lord trying to cap mid, and does he cap it, but he's not going to cap it, is he? Hive Tyrant takes him down. It's about the third time I think he's taken him down. 6-156, Toilailee will cap mid, and that will be the game. Tex has lost his entire army, and there's the GG. Great game from both players. Playing random, off commander. Some mistakes, especially Tex retreating his Chaos Lord a bit late a few times, trying to take on the Hive Tyrant, which didn't really work with those crushing claws. Look how strong Toilailee was at the end. Had a Zone Throat, Carnifex, bunch of high level squads. The Termagants were awesome for him. Level 4, both of these guys. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.